Well, all right, cool. Well, hey, Jesse, Peter, you guys are awesome, man. Good to have you on. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Beth?
Yeah, we're fine, thanks. We are excited about this whole new opportunity, both. So I'm coaching my son, my son is coaching me, but it's really a nice opportunity. Thanks for the opportunity you made for us.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I just wanted to tell you first of all, I know you saw us at the event, and it was just kind of crazy and busy there. So I apologize not talking to you guys more there at the event. But sometimes it just gets a little crazy, and we've got to be in like 10 places at once. So I just wanted to let you know that nothing personal. Just as you can see now that you've been to one of our events, they can get a little bit crazy.
It was really crazy. Yeah, after the first day with this guy, everybody wanted to be on the picture with him, and
One.
we it was the strangest weekend I ever had.
All the pictures and videos. They all want to interview me.
Hey Jesse, how did it feel to be a rock star, man?
Yeah, it was very fun, but it was tired. I was tired from it.
You know that he he was at one time. He said I have to go to the toilet, so I went with him to the toilet. But he didn't went for a pee. He just was standing there because he was so tired of giving all those interviews. He said, "Now I know how Justin Bieber has to feel himself." And then in the toilet, a guy came to him interviewing him. Can I be on a picture with you? Crazy, crazy.
I love it, man. I love hearing those kind of stories. You'll have to tell that one on stage again sometime soon, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So
Crazy.
so hey, go ahead.
No, it was a crazy weekend. You go ahead.
So, first of all, congratulations on your success, both of you. I just wanted to tell you that you guys deserve it. I always personally love to see a father and a son doing things together. I know how important that relationship is, and I just think it's a wonderful thing to see any family doing things together, whether it's business related or whether it's non-business related. So congratulations, number one, on your success, and number two, on doing something as a family, father and son, and doing well at it too. That's just something that's so important and so cool. Um, so with that being said, I want to move right into this kind of interview thing because a lot of people want to know what's going on. Of course, when there's a lot of people who are, of course, a little jealous, I think, because they see a 12-year-old having success and they're looking at their business and wondering maybe why they're not succeeding. And of course, there's always going to be criticism. So I know from a company perspective that you've signed up Peter as the owner of the account here at Empower, and I know that you're kind of coaching your son. And I don't, of course, know the laws in Holland. I just know what laws are here in the United States, and we've taken a little bit of heat because some people have said that we were using Jesse as some sort of a poster child, and all of the different things that are being said. I wanted to just hear it from your mouth, and of course this is not scripted. You and I actually haven't ever talked before on the phone, besides just in passing at the event. But I wanted to hear it from you guys what the relationship is like, and how you guys are building the business together, or if Jesse's building the business and you're kind of coaching him along. I know that the account's in your name, but I just wanted to hear it from you guys' mouth. Kind of how you see building the business, how you see being an entrepreneur, and why you decided to get started like you did.
Good. Shall I first go, yes, or do you
Yeah,
answer?
yeah, yeah. Go
Dave, we came across this Empower Network, and the point why we started was because of Jesse. Jesse was having a vacation for 3 weeks, and he was laying in his bed for almost 3 weeks doing computer games, and with soccer games and all kind of shit. And I was worried about his social life. So I couldn't get him out of the bed. He was chatting with girls. He was doing all the games. He had his platform in his bed with a television, with his computer, with his iPad, with his iPhone, everything around him. He only came downstairs for food, and then he went back in his room. So, as a father, I was really worried about what was going on. And then somebody told us about Empower Network. I told him, if you're gonna put some time into Empower Network, yeah, you're even gonna make some money instead of losing your time laying in bed and doing all this stuff. So that was the first real reason why we started Empower Network, because it was an online thing, and he knows a lot about the computers, about internet. He's very fast with his fingers. He's very smart. So I knew he could be a success in this, and together with my knowledge about building communities, because that is what my profession is in the past, I could teach him in that. So we went to Ted Nuyten. You know Ted Nuyten. And Ted gave him the first lesson about how to build the website, and yes, it was, well, ready to start, and he was very, very motivated. We also, for the first time, because you say it's so nice to work together, for the first time I have the feeling to work together with my son as a 12-year-old. Before it was really a kid, and now we're starting to build a business together. So my life changes as a perspective to how do I fit in life with my family. And we had a sit down together with my wife Donna and Jesse, and we had a serious talk about Jesse, do you want to do this? Because we know that if you're going to have a success in this on your 12th year, a lot of things will change on school with his friends and also with people around it, because jealousy, what you say is right, jealousy, it comes ahead. And just before that, before we met Empower Network, Jesse had a discussion with a girl, and she was talking about my business. I'm doing a multi-level marketing business, and the girl said, "Well, it's a pyramid. It's a pyramid." And Jesse started to say, "No, that's not a pyramid, and I will explain you how it is, because Jesse knows everything about it." And then I told the girl, I said, "Do you want to know it really, or doesn't care you? Is that your opinion?" "It's just my opinion. I don't want to know anything." So I said, "Jesse, don't matter. That's what it is. People have their own opinions." And he is picking up very fast. He's so teachable. So if you see his blogs also, he is not scared about all kind of opinions around him. And also on school, there are already people who say, "Well, it's crazy," and there are people saying, "I like it." But Jesse, well, you can see it on him. He's not scared, but he's also not like against it, and he stays friends and he stays social. So we had a good discussion, and we decided to do that, and to do it also on his name, and put him also in front. Even that, well, in the beginning I will do a little bit on the events and on and I use my network for him. But at the end, it must be his business. It must be on his name. I don't want to be involved. Don't want to be involved that much, because I have my other businesses aside. And Jesse, it's his learning curve at this moment. On the other hand, my other side, you see also now he never lays in bed again anymore, David. He's now excited. He's got A's on school, yeah, because that was the first thing we said. You only can do this if you have good numbers on school, good rankings on school. And from that moment, he's motivated as hell, and we are motivated. So that's where it started all. And now we need to see how it's going on.
Yeah, but first we used your network to involve them to Empower Network. But now we're gonna use Facebook and messages, and we all we all gonna automate it, because we did it all handily, and we call people. But yeah, we now have one guy who we pay, but
his friend, his guitar
teacher.
He seems to be a freak on the internet and with traffic. So that was Well, he asked him to help him.
Yeah. And next time I think he go to Denver with us.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did
that-
have
So, for how we started first having a small meeting in our house, having Ted coming to us. We invited some friends around the neighborhood. Jesse did a talk in front of the people. I did a talk, and Ted did mainly the work. And yes.
And next time we had an event from 200 people, and I spoke for them, and yeah, it was very interesting.
Dave, that was his first time really on stage. Ted Nuiten organized a meeting, and we invited people, and Ted invited people, and there were 200 people in the room. And this guy here was the host of the whole day.
Wow.
He started. That was crazy. I can send you some pictures of that, of videos of that. That was his first presence on stage, and everybody was
Exciting.
excited. Everybody was excited. Yes, and me, I was so surprised. I didn't even know he could, well, how you call it? Could present with his hands and with his face, and fantastic, fantastic. So yeah, and
wow.
then, so first time was 18 people, second time was 200 people, third time was in your crowd 5,000 people, and he loved it, and he loved it.
And I'm not even scared.
Well, that's awesome. And I wanted to first and foremost, I think that story is incredible. It's one of the stories that just it's weird because all these stories just keep popping up and empower. But one thing that I think is cool is that, for example, with me when I was growing up, I would go and work on my construction sites with my dad, and I did that for 10 to 15 years before I really got serious into the marketing work. As a matter of fact, I mean, I went and I worked on construction sites ever since I was a little boy. I can remember my very first construction site that I worked on. I was probably maybe not even 10 years old yet. So I completely understand the value of working together with a family member, working together with your father. And I also understand the value of building a family business, whether that be a direct sales company organization, whether it be a construction company, whether it be a software company, whether it be a wine company. It doesn't matter. There's all kinds of people who have great stories, obviously, about building a family business. And it's a shame when somebody thinks that this is any different than building a construction company or something else. I just think that it's incredible that you guys had where you started and how that came to fruition with him being in the bed and not getting out, and then you coming to him and saying, hey, if you're going to be in the bed, I really think that you should do something productive. And I think that it's also really cool that you're making sure that he keeps up with his grades, man, because whether he wants to pursue college and school later on, it's important to make sure that you take care of your responsibilities too, Jesse. So I'm glad to hear you're doing that. What are your plans for the future? I mean, just give us a little bit of that alone right there is an incredible story. But share a little bit, Jesse, and also Peter, about what you kind of see in the future as far as working together, and also as far as building your business.
Okay, Dave. I'm 12 years old, and yeah, I want to save all the money for later because I'm gonna study later, and yeah, I'm going to college, and then I want to have a house where I sleep, a good car where I go to college, and I want to buy my own food. So yeah, I don't want to be.
Yeah, depends. Dependent from.
Yeah, I don't want independent from the bank and from my father. So yeah, I want to make my own money, and Power Network is great for it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Well, he is now 12, but when he was 9, he already said this to us. Yeah, we were sitting one time in a restaurant, an Italian restaurant, and then he said, "Okay, Dad, Mom, I have a plan." And he wrote down, "I need to have 3,000 euros every month passive, then I can do everything I want when I go to college." That was 3 years ago. So now he found his tool, and he's very serious in it to do that. And because he sees now all those success, what you show us, he has the mentality. If they can do it, I can do it also.
And what are your plans, Dad?
Thank you, my son.
Dude, what an awesome kid.
Yeah, he surprises me every day. But he stays also a kid. Sometimes I need to really be angry. Yeah, then he's. Oh. But yeah, I made a little mistake already in the beginning when I was so excited seeing him doing this business that I took the business a little bit to myself. With the first meeting with 200 people, yeah, I was on stage, and because I always a public figure here in Holland, building some communities. I don't know if you know T. Harv Eker. Do you know T. Harv Eker?
Yeah.
Okay, well, T. Harv Eker, I brought him to Holland, so we had 2,500 people in the room here in Holland, and I was the organizer there with Success Resources together. So I love to be on stage. It's my profession, and so I wanted to bring this also to me, but that was already a little mistake. It has to stay with Jesse and facilitated by me, and that's where we're now working on. Of course, we need to do it together in the beginning. He can use my whole network, and I will. Well, like today, we send messages, and he's writing, and I'm coaching him. But we see it at a very high level because we know what's in it, and we have the capacity to do so. We like to reach the top. I'm always and yes, also what's in it. On the highest standard, we want to take this. For him, he has to build up his list and his names, and that's where we're working on now, how to build his list, his own list, because he started with 100 people or so on his Facebook, and so what he did the last 3 months was writing emails, finding people on the internet, in groups, in internet marketing groups, and creating a momentum, bringing people to himself. But also with the people now around me, they're sending me now messages, hey, hello, can I talk with Jesse? And that's exactly what we want. Yeah. So, yeah, okay, I will send you over to Jesse. So it will now go more around me to him, and I'm surprised how he managed all of those people. Another story is that a woman, you had a Skype meeting with her, you know that? And and she had a Skype meeting on her, and she didn't know that Jesse was only 12 years old. So she called me later and she said, Peter, I just had a talk with your son, and I had a half an hour chat meeting with him, and then he said I had to go to bed because, well, I have to go to school, and then I realized, how old are you? Well, I'm 12. And she says, I was laughing my butt off. I really thought I had a mature person on the chat because he was explaining exactly how the business works. So there is nothing to do with the age to explain or to coach people. So also for the future, on stage or with webinars or with trainings, Jesse will be the one who will give the trainings and will give the webinars. And and behind the scenes, I'm coaching him, and everybody knows that also. Yes?
Yeah.
That's incredible, guys. I mean, that's it. You know, I want to do a little bit of I want to talk to you guys and just see how I can help out if I can. You know, I think I'm going to let Jesse interview me here in a second, but you know that's you know, this is like the epitome of a healthy relationship, and this is really a good example of how you know, not only how you can you know, find a healthy way to work with your son, but also how to give your daughter, but also how to give your kids something that is their own, and also how we as parents, because I'm a parent now. I have a 13-year-old daughter. When are you going to be 13, Jesse?
In August, 23 August.
Okay, so you're not far behind her. She's almost a year older than you because she'll be 14 in December. But you know, we as parents have to go around and find healthy ways to, you know, let our kids choose their own path. And when they finally do choose their own path, we it's hard sometimes, just like you said, Peter. We want to then get involved in it. We want to, you know, we want to try to guide it and sometimes even control it a little bit. And, you know, it takes a lot of discipline and it takes a lot of healthy restraint to step back and stand back and say, this is yours, and I'm going to let you do it, and I'm going to be here to catch you if you fall or you make a mistake or you need some help, but you're going to be responsible for if it's successful or if it fails. And then I'll let you learn those lessons. So I give you a lot of kudos for that, Peter. And Jesse, hey, buddy, you know, I'd love to sit here and just congratulate you for all the success that you've had up until this point, but here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to tell you, man, that I believe that your journey is just getting started. I believe that the success that you've had up until this point is really just the beginning. And instead of congratulating you for all the success that you've already had, I just want to tell you good job and remind you that everything that you've had up until this point is just the beginning. It's just a start of what you can have in the future if you continue to do exactly what you're doing right now, man. So congratulations, brother. Proud of you. I'm going to hang up. We're going to start another hangout to where you can interview me or you can, you know, ask whatever questions you want to me. And, you know, I'll do a little coaching or help you out however I can. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you here in just a sec.
Okay, thanks, man.